secretive organization known as Anonymous, a loose-knit group of computer hackers who came to the defense of WikiLeaks and got the attention of law enforcement in the process. They are young and stealthy, and they are potential giant killers.
Anonymous hacker activists have basically got together and are exacting revenge for what they see as attacks on WikiLeaks, and they're targeting a number of corporations that have cut off their ties with WikiLeaks.
So they see themselves as protesters. Essentially that the government can't prevent you or I from talking openly. They interpret it much more broadly. They believe that everybody has an inalienable right to say whatever they want on any forum whatsoever.
Out today, this group of computer hackers are apparently threatening cyber war over this WikiLeaks case. What do you know about that?
Yeah, NBC is reporting that Anonymous, it's a group we've heard of before, is threatening new attacks not only on U.S. corporations, but also on some of the government officials.
Number one story, MasterCard announced Monday it would no longer process payments to WikiLeaks. This morning, internet activists crashed its website. This afternoon, Visa.com crashed. Tonight, Twitter might be next. It suspended an Operation Payback account. A group calling itself Anonymous has been waging Operation Payback for a few months now. The group says it is dedicated to a, quote, anonymous, decentralized movement that fights against censorship and copy wrong.
Well, officials have confirmed that at least 41 Malaysian government websites had been hacked overnight. This follows a threat by hacker group Anonymous to punish the authorities for internet censorship. Officials say that 51 websites were hit and at least 41 of them were disrupted in these attacks.
Targets like H.B. Gary, a major cybersecurity firm some U.S. government agencies rely on to keep their computers safe. Last month, H.B. Gary boasted it would expose Anonymous. The response was swift. Anonymous took down their website, stole thousands of emails, and posted them on the internet. The CEO resigned. Anonymous is credited with bringing down government websites in Tunisia, Egypt, and Libya. And now it's made new threats against companies and government officials complicit in what it views as the mistreatment of Bradley Manning, the Army private accused of leaking to WikiLeaks.
Anonymous is powerful enough that it's certainly struck fear into the hearts of some of the biggest technology companies, the biggest companies in the whole world.
Our own Justice Department doesn't take any action against these guys. It's been 3 years since the debacle in Wall Street that caused our economic collapse. And where's Washington? Where's Washington? They haven't done a damn thing. But look, what you're looking at here, in combination of all these things, is a new model on how to fight back. You have to take action into your hands. Direct, peaceful resistance.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You could be in a lot of trouble. Now, people have figured out that you can hit the powerful where it counts in their pocketbooks. The same thing happened in Egypt, where Mubarak only stepped down after the labor strikes began. And then there's the national and international movement against the power establishment. The group Anonymous recently released this video warning the global banking systems.
Somos un movimiento de resistencia descentralizado, no violento, que busca restaurar la regla de la ley y pelear en contra de la clase criminal organizada.
And that's a little spooky. I liked it. And apparently they came armed with documents, which we're going to tell you about in a second. But look, what I like is peaceful resistance.
However, they can't just randomly launch an attack. And in order to do it, you have to go on this IRC chat. Anyone can suggest a target. And that person then has to make a compelling case for the target, and then whoever happens to be, it's a quorum of whoever happens to be awake, can vote up or down on this target. So if somebody has not made a compelling enough case, enough people may pull their computers off of this voluntary botnet that the attack might not be nearly as effective. So it is, in fact, an amazing kind of Athenian democracy. If you forget sort of the ethics of what they're doing, place that to one side, what they've achieved is sort of this set of checks and balances that agrees in a very fluid way on what the target is.
This is the new model of fighting back against the establishment and against corporate power. Don't wait for your knight in shining armor to show up from DC. The bad news is he ain't coming. The good news is it turns out you're the knight in shining armor.
Creo que Gandhi ha sido el hombre más brillante de todos los hombres políticos de nuestro tiempo. Él intenta hacer las cosas que vayan con su espíritu. No usar violencia al pelear por una causa, sino no participar en nada que tú creas que es malvado.
What's next? What's next is all they can do is shut down the internet itself. And we see how that went for them in Egypt. And we, the people, know that when the government shuts down the internet, that's when it's time to shut down the government. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us. And now, you can expect a whole lot more.
El plan iniciará este 15 de junio 2011 y continuará por aproximadamente un año, en el curso de 3 fases separadas. La fase 1 da inicio ya. En este tiempo, edúquense a ustedes mismos de las injusticias ocurriendo en este mundo. Busquen violaciones de libertad y derechos humanos. Vuélvete familiar con la corrupción dentro de tu sistema. Descubre al enemigo de la libertad verdadera, descubre a los opresores. La parte más importante de la fase 1 es esparcir este mensaje, compartiendo este video, y aquellos que le precedieron. Haz tus propias películas o vídeos, arte, música, literatura, resuena la voz de la libertad y la justicia con tu propia creatividad. Y atrae a otros a este movimiento. Artistas de las calles tienen la habilidad de llegar millones con su mensaje en sus propios centros poblados. Tu campo es ahí. Mis amigos empiecen su trabajo, escriban los cuentos de opresión e injusticia en sus blogs. Díganle al mundo que podemos liberarnos juntos de ese sistema de esclavización. Muestren imágenes de libertad y verdad por tu arte y filmes. Esparzan el mensaje del plan con su graffiti, compartan el mensaje con el mundo y díganles que se paren con nosotros mientras nos levantamos de las cenizas de los desamparados y los desprivilegiados. Díganle a la élite que estamos aquí y venimos por ellos. Esparzan el mensaje por blogs, redes sociales y videos. Recuerda que las palabras tienen significado y la enunciación de la verdad. Dejen que la verdad sea escuchada. Edúquense ustedes mismos en maneras de convertirse en más autosuficientes. Aprende y adquiere las herramientas para liberarte a ti mismo del sistema. Invierte en metales preciosos en lugar de acciones, papeles u otros productos del establecimiento financiero. Descubre tu huella verde y descubre tu propia habilidad de crecer tu propia producción. El cielo es el límite y la única barrera es tu dependencia del sistema, que vive de tu dependencia. Los hackers de Anonymous han ido seleccionando objetivos de baja prioridad que han violado libertades en ambos el plano online o en el mundo real. Mantén la guardia por nuestros amigos sentando su mano en el mundo, asegúrense que son apoyados por cualquier medio necesario. Como siempre, mantente vigilante, debemos aprender a caminar la caminata. No podemos contar cuentos de grandeza y extravagancia, es tiempo de convertirnos en nuestras propias leyendas, es tiempo de mejorarnos a nosotros mismos, para permanecer enfocados en el gran reto adelante con inteligencia y confianza. A partir de este 15 de junio de 2011, estamos orgullosos de presentarles una plataforma web para que todos nos reunamos, conversar, compartir ideas y recomendaciones en el curso del año venidero. Y de las 3 fases que se vendrán revelando. Si sientes como nosotros sentimos y sientes algo dentro de ti impulsándote hacia el plan, ve ahí y conviértete en un miembro activo. Edúcate a ti mismo y comparte tus ideas con otros, para ayudarlos en el mismo camino. Continúa compartiendo este video por todos los medios posibles. Y asegúrate de que todos hacemos nuestra parte, para dar las mismas oportunidades a todos los que podamos llegar. Juntos podemos hacer la diferencia, juntos podemos lograr algo real. La fase 2 será iniciada en aproximadamente 5 meses. Mantente enfocado y la fase 2 será presentada cuando venga el momento. Esperamos que van a haber grandes números de personas participando en el plan para ese punto. Vamos a prevalecer, y si no ves nada, si los crímenes de estos gobiernos se mantienen sin noticia, les sugerimos que dejen pasar este año sin marca alguna. Pero si puedes ver lo que nosotros vemos, si puedes sentir lo que nosotros sentimos, y si buscas como nosotros buscamos, entonces tú también eres Anonymous. Mantente a nuestro lado este año, mientras ejecutamos el plan. Y juntos les daremos un año que nunca, nunca será olvidado. Somos Anónimos, unidos como uno, divididos por 0. Fase 1, iniciada, la resistencia está aquí.